Hey everybody, Ryan here at etrailer. Today we're going to be checking out the Curt Chrome plated trailer hitch ball mount. So when it comes to a ball mount, you want to make sure that you get the appropriate one for your particular application, and it really does make a difference on how it's going to pull your trailer down the road and everything like that. When you have the appropriate drop or rise, that way everything is level. With that said, you start to start checking out some of the ball mounts, and there's a ton of them available. Everything from a really simple one to ones that are adjustable with multiple size balls and everything in between. And honestly, this one here would be a good option for you if you had one particular vehicle that you generally towed with, and even a trailer, maybe a few, but all those trailers rode at kind of the same height, generally speaking. And I say that because this is a fixed one. So once you put this in your hitch, this is going to be the height that you have to work with. One of the things that does kind of separate this one from some of the others is the fact that it is chrome plated. So kind of, but it's a little easier on the eyes, and I think it looks pretty good. Especially on a vehicle like this, on a Cadillac or something, it kind of pops a little bit more and kind of blends in with the vehicle. With that said though, chrome plating, I'm always a little skeptical about, because, in the past I've had some chrome things. I'm sure everyone's had a little experience with it, and, they start to rust and kind of show some oxidation and things like that. And when that happens on something shiny like that, it's kind of even more noticeable and a little more annoying. Unfortunately, I don't have, a couple years worth of experience using this particular ball mount, so I can't speak to that. But I feel like, as long as when you're done using it, put it away, out of the weather, out of the humidity, I feel like it should hold up. However you maintain something is how it's going to turn out. And, with all that said, why don't we go ahead and kind of talk about and make sure that this is even the ball mount you're going to need. So we'll kind of run through a couple measurements to help you figure that out. To figure out if this is going to work with you or not, it's really simple. Take your towed vehicle and back it up to your trailer that you plan on towing, and you want to try to get them, about like this distance is fine, and on level ground. Then you're going to measure from that top inside edge of your receiver tube opening there, your hitch opening, down to the ground. Record that measurement. Come over to your trailer coupler. Make sure it's level, measure from the bottom of the coupler down to the ground, and whatever that difference is there, that's going to determine what size drop or rise that you're going to need. So I did mention this is a 4-inch drop and a 2-inch rise, and technically speaking, those measurements aren't exact. It's really a 3.5-inch drop and a 2 1/4-inch rise, but it's not uncommon just to kind of round up or down to the nearest number when it comes to these ball mounts, because honestly, when you're taking that trailer measurement, you start getting into the 1/2-inch and 1/4-inch, you're kind of splitting hairs. So this one, as long as you're in the ballpark, you'll be in pretty good shape. With that said, I do want to mention this ball mount does not come with a ball or a pin and clip, so you will have to get them separately. If you have some old but still good ones laying around, that's perfectly fine. That's what we set up here today. So reuse the ball from an existing hitch and a pin and clip. If you don't have those components, not a big deal. They are available here at etrailer. Just make sure that the pin and clip you get is going to be that standard 5/8 in diameter, and make sure that the ball you end up going with, you want the shank to be 1 inch. That's what size shank the ball mount is designed to work with. As far as the weight capacities go, it's going to have a 750-pound maximum gross tongue weight rating, and that's going to be the amount of weight that's pushing down. And it's going to have a 7,500-pound maximum gross trailer weight rating, and that's going to be the amount of weight that is pulling on it. But keep in mind, your limiting factor is going to be, your weakest component, if that makes sense. So let's say, it's going to, determine or going to matter how much your hitch is rated for, as well as how much weight your vehicle is rated to tow. So you can figure that information out, get your owner's manual, your instructions, whatever the case may be, and you never want to exceed the lowest rated component spec. The ball mount is going to work with those 2" by 2" tow hitch openings here, and really common size, you know, a lot of people have that size. And as far as the shank goes here, that where the pinhole is, it's kind of in that good spot. You know, it's not super close to the edge here, so it'll be weak, but it's not so far up that you're not really to be able to use it. So unless you have an oddly shallow hitch, or one that you know, the tube comes way out here, chances are pretty good you're going to be able to plug this in to your trailer hitch and use it without any issues. So at the end of the day, a nice ball mount. You know, it's really straightforward, and I think it looks really good. If you are concerned with the chrome kind of pitting or anything like that in the future, if you live in a really wet type or environment, really humid, one way to ensure that you can have a great shine is by using an aluminum type ball mount. You know, that's going to resist all the corrosion and things like that. So you know, if that's something you're worried about, one that I like is the Brophy brand. They're really well built, and I've seen a few of them, and I really like them. I'm a fan of them. On the same note, if you know you plan on using one ball mount for different vehicles and pulling a bunch of trailers, you can always look into an adjustable type ball mount, and a lot of those you can move up and down, and you know, they have multiple different size balls on them and everything like that, kind of cover all your bases. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm kind of partial to the B&W line. They're really good, but that's not to take away from the other manufacturers as well. You know, they all make pretty good stuff, and it's kind of really just going to depend on, you know, what you're looking for and what you're going after. But with all that said, that'll finish up our look of the Curt chrome plated trailer hitch ball mount.